What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka All Fires. Today we have two massive updates coming from trusted industry insider sources. One about the potential drop date. It's not what we thought for the Avengers Doomsday trailer. The other about the runtime. Now, I want to do a quick preface on this video and say, I know that there are certain times over the last decade or so at the channel that we've gotten into routines about posting something every day when the fandom or the hype is an all-time high for one specific event. It was definitely that way in 2021, hence I was making the joke every other day that we were Spider-Man always, and now it's happening with the Avengers Doomsday trailer. Look, I get it. If you don't want to watch videos on that every day as we talk about the hype for the trailer, for sure, you can tune out. I'll be posting about other stuff at the channel. We're doing about 2 videos a day now. In the meantime, we are on the Avengers Doomsday trailer every day until it drops, and now we have a brand new potential date for the trailer next month and the runtime. We're going to break them both down, where they came from and what they said. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. Thanks to everyone who's been subscribing, and if you haven't already, I just kindly invite you to do so. It's the #1 way to support us, plus it'll enter you for the giveaways. Also, my band All Fires is playing a show tomorrow night in Atlanta. If you want to win a couple of tickets, leave a comment down below. Atlanta All Fires, of course, the caveat being you got to be in the Atlanta area and actually come into the show, but we'll go ahead and pick a couple of winners. There'll also be a link down in the description and comments if you want to grab tickets. We'll see you there tomorrow night. Okay, so we're going to start with the first update for the runtime that's been revealed for the trailer. This is coming from the source Cryptic HD Quality. You guys can follow him on Twitter under the handle Cryptic4KQual, and he's been around for about 3 or 4 years. We've been confidently re-reporting on him, and as we say, no scooper has a 100% track record, but his is pretty reliable and pretty proven, take that as you will. This is what he's saying. He first confirms that the Doomsday trailer will be attached to Avatar, but he said that it's only a bit more than a minute in length, and he's being told that it's purely a teaser trailer, not a full trailer like others were saying earlier in rumors and reports. So only a bit longer than a minute, and really more of a teaser, which is what we expect from Marvel. But as we had talked about at this channel and will during the last part of this video, you would expect if they're running out a trailer a year early to make it worth it. We'll get into that in a second. Now, the second update is coming more specifically on the date for the trailer drop. If you missed our video from yesterday, everyone has been calling for an exclusive first look this weekend, or maybe even it dropping on Sunday the 7th, but as we revealed yesterday, there's only one locked panel as of yet to be announced over on the website for CCXP, and if that's not Disney or Marvel Studios, which it's looking more and more likely it's not, then there is no Doomsday exclusive first look at CCXP. It's the same thing for Tokyo Comic Con 2025. They're selling some exclusive Avengers Doomsday merch, but they're not doing a presentation or panel. They're for sure not airing the trailer there, and so you have to imagine that even though the 7th is the anniversary of the Infinity War trailer release and people are calling for Sunday the 7th for it to drop, unless it's dropping at the Comic-Con, there's really no precedent for that. More likely the case, industry insider Daniel RPK, you guys can follow him over on Twitter at RPK News, whose track record in the scoop game for Marvel has been well established at this point, and when it comes to trailers specifically, he's batting near 1,000. In fact, the only date that he got wrong, he was able to fix the day before and say that he got it wrong and call for it coming out later. He's now announcing that Disney has a trailer drop for next Thursday, December 11th. Now, we don't update you every time Disney has a trailer drop, because it could be Marvel Studios, it could be Star Wars, it could be 1 in a million other franchises or titles that they're doing under the Disney umbrella. But right now, and seeing the timing of it, that would be exactly 1 week before Fire and Ash technically hits theaters on the 18th on Thursday with screeners. I know it's the 19th, technically they say that, but it comes out on Thursday the 18th. This would be exactly 1 week before, and for me, I'm going to put a lot more stock in this December 11th date than just assuming and hoping that it's going to come on Sunday the 7th. Now, obviously, I got to be glued to my chair in case it drops any of these days, but I told you guys not to get your hopes up for this weekend. Every day that goes by that we don't have a confirmation that Marvel's at CCXP, it's just so unlikely they're showing up on Saturday. I mean, technically CCXP started today. It runs the 4th through the 7th. You'd have to think they would have announced it by now. So clearly, we are not getting any sort of exclusive first look at either of the Comic-Cons this weekend, which means I don't think that preempts a Sunday drop. And since we now know there is a Disney trailer coming next Thursday the 11th, exactly 1 week before Fire and Ash is in theaters in the US, I'm definitely circling that date on the calendar, and I will be ready, just like I'll be ready Sunday night as well, in case it drops. Now, as far as it just being a teaser or a 1 minute long trailer, I will admit, surface level, it's a little shocking. I thought that for sure if they were going to bother having a teaser trailer of any kind and putting it in front of Fire and Ash, again, to get those non-Marvel fans that are going to see Avatar, that they'd want to make the most out of that moment. But let's be real. The box office for Avengers Doomsday is over a year away. I can see why they don't want to run out a full 2-minute trailer and give too much away, well, because channels like mine are going to be dissecting every single frame of them and every day for the next year. So I think it's a lot more reasonable to get some sort of teaser. But what I won't be happy with personally, and I don't think will satisfy the fan base, is if they play it too close to the vest. Look, I've teased them all year for doing Avengers Doomsday teaser trailers or hype reels that are recycled footage and voiceovers from old Avengers movies. But guys, they did that in the Avengers Endgame trailers, where they had black and white throwbacks to Infinity War, previous scenes for Avengers movies setting up the character arcs. They do that. That's part of what they do. And if they run out this Avengers Doomsday trailer, and we get a bunch of voiceovers and throwback scenes from old X-Men movies or Avengers films, like, I get it, but that is not the type of trailer that we're all expecting. And you would think that Marvel knows we know they know that we have so many questions about their decision to bring Robert Downey Jr. back and make Victor Von Doom a Tony Stark lookalike, and how in the world these old Fox X-Men characters are going to eventually meet and interact with our current Avengers. And for that matter, if you just stick to the 616 in the current lineup of the two Avengers teams, and then start drawing lines between characters that have never interacted on screen, maybe let alone in canon or even been in proximity, man, they have a lot of introductions to do. I know it was kind of the joke during Infinity War where Peter Parker was running around introducing himself to everyone. He kept doing it in Endgame as well. But man, that's really what's going to be going on for a lot of this dialogue. And so I have said, even though this doesn't just pertain to the trailer, but it does in a way, that really the only way I think the Russos pull this off is to hit the ground running with the story the same way I hope we see in the trailer, and not hold everybody's hand as they introduce all the characters to each other and have endless exposition dumps explaining what's been going on during the Multiverse saga. We all know. We know who these characters are. We know they're the X-Men. You don't need to explain who Cyclops is. And we certainly don't need to see them all introduce themselves to each other every single time a new team meets. Like, it's okay to pick up with Avengers Doomsday and assume that the two factions of the Avengers teams, Sam Wilson and the New Avengers, have already interacted. Maybe they fought, maybe they've shown up on the same scene, maybe they know each other. Like, you can go ahead and make those jumps just so it's not dreadfully boring. And that again pertains to the trailer a little bit, because we're going to see if any of that's true, whether or not they're going to do a little fast forwarding through what I think is very unnecessary retreading of what's been going on. And of course, on another level, it's going to be really curious to see which scenes and frames they choose to show us, including what's going on with Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom, specifically because they didn't show us his face during the post-credit scene for Fantastic Four. You guys let me know all your thoughts down below about any and all of this. Go ahead and circle the 11th. Yes, very sorry about the Comic-Cons this weekend, but it's not looking too good. Let me know all your thoughts down below. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff. All right, all you got to do, be a subscriber, leave a comment. Also, if you want to win some All Fires Atlanta tickets for tomorrow night, comment All Fires Atlanta or Atlanta All Fires down below. Of course, you got to be in the Atlanta area. For all the other giveaways, just be a sub, leave a comment, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Find me on all other platforms with original music under the name All Fires. While I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.